Hey guys, what's going on? Mike the Caveman Q here again, Paleo Primal Long Island, and MikeTheCaveman.com. And today's question is, what can we do about fatty liver disease? Now, fatty liver is a major comorbidity to our obesity and metabolic syndrome epidemics here in this country. Roughly 1/4 of all Americans and 3/4 of all obese Americans suffer from fatty liver disease. Now, they are commonly thought of as two main types. There's alcoholic and there is non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. The former is obviously characterized by concurrent alcoholism, but the latter is blamed on either fructose or saturated fat, depending on who you listen to. Take a wild guess which end of the spectrum I fall on. Excess fructose can interact with proteins, causing the formation of advanced glycation end products, which are one of the big scares that are commonly associated with red meat. Fructose is also one of those FODMAPs we've talked about before that is linked to SIBO, small intestinal bacterial overgrowth, and gut dysbiosis. But most importantly, unlike glucose, which is rapidly absorbed into the bloodstream, fructose is diverted to the liver, where it is converted into fats. Now, generally, this is a normal process if we're talking about a couple of servings of fruit a day. But in the United States, the bulk of our fructose comes from high fructose corn syrup, and that excessive amount of it will lead to liver damage in the long term. Alcohol is metabolized similarly though, but all three can result in increased fat in the liver, regardless of if it was taken in dietarily or converted thereafter. Normally, that fat is transported back into circulation through the LDLs, or more specifically, the VLDLs, or very dense lipoproteins. But that brings us to the magic micronutrient, choline, whose deficiency is associated with the development of fatty liver. Choline is essential for the production of phosphatidylcholine, which is a necessary component of that aforementioned VLDL. So, insufficient choline equals an insufficient removal of fats, leading to an accumulation of those fats in the liver. Once those fats accumulate, that's where inflammation comes in, and lipid peroxidation results in a lot of the problems we see, regardless of the cause of that inflammation. Now, that choline deficiency can be caused by a number of factors. It could be inadequate dietary intake, it could be a genetic abnormality, or it could be malabsorption due to disordered pancreatic function. Pancreatic dysregulation, as often found in various autoimmune diseases, can lead to insufficient production of essential digestive enzymes, such as trypsin, which are required for the liberation of choline from food sources. But to take that back one step, as we mentioned before, that choline is essential for the liberation of those fats and transport through VLDL. So if you're making necessary dietary changes to improve your health, a lot of times you might see a short-term increase in your triglycerides and your cholesterol levels. Don't be alarmed by that because it's generally going to be temporary. One other potential factor, though, we briefly talked about when we talked about fructose, is gut dysbiosis. Altered gut flora can lead to the increased production of fats, alcohol, and LPS, or lipopolysaccharide, which is an endotoxin. This in turn can lead to more inflammation and damage. So our biggest takeaways for today are to eat real foods, particularly those that are rich in choline. What are those? Well, the biggest sources are the organ meats, the offal, the stuff, right? The one that everybody's afraid of. But hopefully you like them, because liver, pancreas, kidneys are great sources. And actually, if you're particularly brave, the best source of choline is actually brain. I'm not saying I'm going to do it, but just throwing it out there. The next best source are egg yolks. So forget the white, it's the yolk where the nutrition's at. Forget all the nonsense about the cholesterol. We've talked about that so many times now. So eat your egg yolks, eat your real foods. A lot of times, the choline sources are going to be coming along with those saturated fats. But if you eat enough choline, you'll be ready to rock. Eat nature's multivitamins. That being said, a quality multivitamin like nutrients could help to ensure your sufficiency. Now, the next most important part is to avoid those inflammatory foods, particularly the added fructose and other refined sugars, the omega-6 rich seed oils. Those are going to lead to inflammation, and they're going to lead to damage systemically, and particularly in this case to the liver. Like we mentioned before though, in a healthy person, limited amounts of fruit and alcohol aren't going to be problematic. However, if you have fatty liver, you should be aware and try to avoid those. Additionally, lots of quality fermented foods, the yogurts, the kefirs, the kombuchas, the kimchi, sauerkrauts, and a quality probiotic like Megaspore that will help with the modulation of your gut microbiome. If you suffer from diabetes or autoimmune conditions, particularly with pancreatic insufficiency, you're going to want to look at systemic enzymes, particularly fibrenza, which will have those digestive enzymes like trypsin, as well as the other enzymes to help bring down inflammation. So you'll be able to liberate that choline and actually absorb it, and you'll be able to bring down the rest of that inflammation. One more thing you might want to look at are herbs like milk thistle, which will help with liver support, as well as turmeric, which will bring down inflammation as a whole. So hopefully these helped you out. You know what to do. Like and subscribe down below. Share it with your friends. Head over to Facebook over at Paleo Primal Long Island, over on Instagram and Twitter, and follow me at Mike the Caveman, and of course over on MikeTheCaveman.com. That being said, go have some liver and egg yolks. Yeah, I actually really do enjoy it. But either way, enjoy this beautiful day, and I'll see you tomorrow.